Chemtrail conspiracies have become reality as corporate media sells geoengineering as the solution for climate change. Little do most of you know that if you go outside at least once or twice a week and you look up at the sky, you're going to see these planes spraying over your cities. I've noticed these since the 1990s when this entire thing began, but now they've spread all over the world and in all American cities. "99% of planes do not spray out any contrails behind it, or chemtrails. But contrails is what government propagandists are now calling chemtrails. They want us to believe that contrails are just something that planes spray out, and that all planes do it. No, they don't. Here's yet another plane not spraying anything behind it. Normal planes do not spray our skies with chemtrails. Most days I can look outside of Tucson, Arizona, and this is what I see. Them spraying the skies above us. Now some morons will say, those are contrails. Planes spray them. Well then what's this? You see that? The plane was spraying a chemtrail and then it stopped. So it isn't a natural occurrence of a plane. They are actually spraying the skies. Open your eyes and see the truth for what it is. Here is yet another commercial airliner. Do you see any contrails behind it? Do you see any chemtrails behind it? Is anything being sprayed out of it? Absolutely not. Normal planes do not spray anything behind them. What we are seeing with chemtrail planes spraying the skies with nanoparticles. We then breathe those in, and they can be activated through 5G. But then again, the other cover story for them is geoengineering. Now, I don't buy the whole geoengineering reason for them spraying the sky. It's nanoparticles, transhumanistic technology that we're breathing into our bodies. That's what chemtrails really are. And maybe there is some truth to it. I don't know. Maybe they are geoengineering as well. But what I do know is we're breathing in their garbage that is harming our health. All across the country, this is what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. They spray the sky. The same plane or a few of them will spray in every direction. And you will see the same plane spraying in every direction all day long. You will literally look up and you will see the same planes spraying the skies. They're not going to any destination. They are spraying the skies with these chemtrails. And there it is again. It was spraying and then it stopped. It was spraying and then it stops. Because planes don't normally push out contrails or chemtrails. That is garbage. They don't push out anything. Government propagandists are trying to convince us all that chemtrails are contrails and that it is normal for planes to spray contrails out. However, why then is it that most planes don't spray anything out? Why is it that the only planes that spray out these chemtrails are such a small minority compared to the majority of planes that don't spray anything out? Why do the planes crisscross each other as they spray and then turn back around to again spray over the same area? All day long you will see this occurrence by the same plane or planes. The truth is they are not flying towards any destination. They are simply spraying our skies. Here is Senator Karen Johnson on the real agenda behind these chemtrails.
My name is Karen Johnson. I served in the Arizona State Legislature for 12 years. I was in the House for 8 of those years and in the Senate for 4 of those years. When you see a plane fly overhead, there's a trail that leaves the end of that plane and it goes from one horizon all the way to the other as the plane flies across. And it begins to filter out and cover more and more of the sky in kind of ripples. It widens out and fills the whole sky. I mean, how could anybody think that that was the case? And then to live and to be underneath that and know that whatever is in that is falling down upon you and upon your animals and upon the earth. And I mean, it's frightening to me. And if people don't start really waking up and facing the fact that we've got people that are doing terrible things to us, and we had better wake up and fight back now. These are parts per million. They sent this to me, and I just found this to be extremely interesting because we should have like 2 parts per million of aluminum in our air. And this is saying that there's 39,000 parts of aluminum. That's astronomical. Barium is high. I mean, these are way off the charts of what people should be breathing or what's coming down on them. And, you know, if people wonder why their health is deteriorating, why they're having to go to emergency rooms, why they can't breathe, you know, why they're getting Alzheimer's, this has been planned. We have elites, I don't know what you want to call them, one-worlders, Illuminati, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. But with these people that don't care about the average person. They only care about themselves, their greed, their power, and if they eliminate, you know, 2/3, 3/4 of us from the planet, so much for the better for them, because then they don't have so many people to have to herd around and worry about. So this is a lot what this is about. And this is very, very alarming and scary.
The Illuminati, i.e. Moriah, known in the occult as the conquering wind, working through the governments of the world, are spraying nanoparticles to put into your bodies without your consent. You must be aware that you are being poisoned, intoxicated, set up to be deceased, and your body, through the air you breathe, is being flooded with nanoparticles, i.e. smart dust, and germs, bacteria, to murder you off. The Illuminati are the globalists, the creators and controllers of the UN. They are the one-worlders pushing towards governmental centralization of power, i.e. total globalization, where the U.S. Constitution is abolished and the science of globalist tyranny becomes law. Through the infiltration of our governments, puppet politicians carry their agendas out in most nations. Why do you think all nations moved in lockstep and carried out the same medical mandates during the pandemic scamdemic? They were all instructed to do so by the Illuminati controllers. In the 1990s, chemtrails were first acknowledged as happening. You would notice the spraying here and there. By 2000 to 2010, it increased. By 2010 to 2020, it had increased even more. And today, they can't spray our skies enough. We are continuously being flooded with their chemtrails, nanotechnology, depopulation, chemicals that we are breathing into our bodies. Below you see the plane spraying as it already did above it. And it spreads out. So what are they spraying, ladies and gentlemen? Call your congressmen, call your politicians, question them. They're going to try to gaslight you, but the fact is, we are being heavily sprayed with these chemtrails. And the government is remaining pretty quiet about it. In fact, they deny it's even going on. We're seeing this all over the country. Just continuously spraying our skies, and your average American is so doped up and drunk that they can't even see the forest for the trees, ladies and gentlemen. They can't see the danger above their skies. If we want a free world, we need to take control of our governments, because they are out of control. Anytime a government decides to spray the skies without the consent of its people, what you have is tyranny. Government tyranny. Who knows what in the hell they're spraying in the skies, but whatever it is, you better believe we are continuously breathing it into our bodies. And again, they can stop the spraying anytime they want, as you just saw right there. They're not contrails, ladies and gentlemen. They are chemtrails. They are poisoning our skies. And they're probably spraying a bunch of nanotechnology all over our skies that we are then breathing into our bodies, because they are sick, satanic psychopaths. In Tucson, Arizona, we are constantly sprayed with these chemtrails. I mean, we are being sprayed like they want us dead today. Call or email your mayors and peacefully ask them, what in the world are we constantly being sprayed with? Who's doing the spraying, and when will they stop spraying? If you say nothing, then it will only get worse. Silence is consent. Send them this video and demand answers to these questions. Jesus God be with you all.